Yo, 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 what's good? What's good? So, I've been thinking a lot lately about, everything that's been going on. And I was reminded that during another crisis that America had faced, when we had a leader who was able to step up to the plate, FDR would do these things called fireside chats, where he would address the nation over the radio with a calm, controlled voice, speaking to them, letting them know that they were going to get through this. And seeing as we don't necessarily have that right now, I felt that I step up. So every Wednesday, what I want to do is called a Wednesday weekly check in, where I just step in, have a seat, and just talk to y'all about, kind of what I got going on. Kind of take y'all away from everything you're going through. Maybe I can help alleviate some of your fears or some of your anxiety, or maybe I can just help you understand that you got somebody else that's in this with you. Uh, so first thing, I guess I could talk kind of about just kind of like mentally where I'm at right now. And I'm gonna be honest, like for somebody who suffers anxiety and someone who's just had extreme bouts of depression, it seemed like my whole life I always thought that the world was about to end. So now that it feels like reality is expressing that the world is ending, it's almost like my mind's at a state of normalcy. It's like I'm almost kind of not necessarily at peace with what's going on, but mentally I feel peace because it's like, well, it's always been chaotic in my head. And I think a lot of y'all feel that too, but you're just kind of like confused on why you feel that. And it's okay to feel that. Like I saw this one meme and it was talking about there's this crazy feeling of reassurance and emergency. It's like you feel both of them at the same time. Like you don't really know exactly which one to feel at which time. And the way that everything is just updating and moving so fast, it's like damn, like how do I keep up with this? What do I do? I don't know. And it can become overwhelming. And I get that. So whenever you feel overwhelmed, just take a breath, step back, uh, find something real quick that can occupy your mind. Go back to something that brings a positive image to you. Just something that you can do to center yourself again, because you're gonna have to keep doing things like that because we don't know what's happening. We don't know what's gonna happen. We're not sure, and at this point, the only thing we can do is prepare for the worst, hope for the best, prepare for the worst, and see what happens. Um, so yeah, that's kind of where I'm at right now mentally with it. I'm just kind of like it is what it is. I really really wish, obviously, all this shit wasn't happening. I wish that Congress and our government could get together for once and stop with the political bickering. I wish that we could stop with the hoarding. I'm glad that grocery stores are finally starting to put limits on things. I know some of y'all say that is very communist like, and well, maybe it is, but maybe if y'all weren't acting the way that y'all were, they wouldn't have had to do this. So this is where we are, and I know it sucks, and I feel for each and every one of y'all. I really, really do. Um, so yeah. Uh, so I guess the next thing would be like if there's any fears that I have. And one fear that I do have is, so I was listening to this I think it was Vox Media Today Explained podcast, and it was about the new wave of coronavirus that's hit Taiwan, Singapore, and Hong Kong. And at first, they seemed to have a great hold on it. They were able to stop it to where I think it within I believe Taiwan, they went like 6 days with no cases because they had just completely shut shit down. Like it was like you can't do this, and it wasn't because the people trusted their government. Because if y'all recall, Hong Kong had, yeah, they've been fighting government this past year and stuff, but they were able to realize that the way that the SARS had hit that population, they didn't want to go through that, and so they themselves understood what the necessity of self quarantining was, and they did it. But there was this app that was also created within that time period. Not the SARS thing, but more recently during the first wave of coronavirus. And this app, I believe, is called Trace. And you would basically have it log in your GPS or location or information. And if you were around anybody else for a certain amount of time, and I believe there's a certain length, like within 2 meters or something like that, it would record that time with you and the other person's phone linking up satellites, Bluetooth, GPS, whatever. And then it would document that information and safety, or not safekeep it, but store it somewhere. So whenever they would find a case of somebody who has it, they would just do digital tracing. They would just be able to go into this person's stuff and say, all right, well, you were with this person, this person, this person, this person, so now we can just go get them and quarantine them. And that I don't like that at all. That scares me. That's it's just another violation of the privacy and stuff like that. And it's like I'm not willing to sacrifice all of our lives for privacy. Don't get me wrong, but at the same time, I don't think we're at that point yet. So that's a fear that government and certain industries or institutions are going to take advantage of the situation that we're in for their own gain, whether it be political or economic or whatever. So that's one of the fears that I suffer. Another big fear that I have is that we're gonna finally come together and start really actually being there for each other, like actually being kinder. Excuse me, being kinder to each other, like actually just you know caring about each other during this crisis when we realize that we're all we have. But then once things start coming back to this like sense of normalcy, we're gonna go back to just being assholes and stuff like that. And that's a fear that I have, that we're gonna lose this connection. Y'all remember after 9/11? Well, I don't know how many of y'all remember exactly right after 9/11, but after that, there was this undeniable sense of American patriotism that everybody rallied behind. And it was a beautiful thing. Not the fact that we had to have 3,000 people die for us to finally understand that we could come together as a country, but the fact that we actually did it. And then, as you can see, now that we're 2020, we didn't continue that. So I want us, once we come out of this, to be able to do that, to be able to continue caring, loving, and being better to each other for the sake of just being better to each other. Yeah. So y'all know I'm a hip hop head, right? So what I've been jamming lately to kind of get through this, music wise. So I'm a big fan of Earth Gang, y'all. These dudes are just dope to me. I love a few of their songs that are on the Mirrorland album that I just can't stop playing. But the whole album just rides to me. But Top Down is obviously my favorite, man. Y'all, if y'all get a chance to listen to it, you put that on. I'm telling you, you gonna be just rocking. I've been listening to a lot of lo-fi or lo-fi, however you want to pronounce it, hip hop, because it just puts me in my groove. I just be chilling, jamming, and I put it on probably like 2 hours later, then realize I done wrote like 3 books. It feels like, it's just so really just jamming some smooth things to kind of keep my mind going from this to that to this to that, and it's really really been beneficial and helpful to me. I've been listening to a lot of meditative sounds, a lot of nature sounds, things to kind of keep me centered, keep me at peace, keep me calm, because like I said, someone who goes through anxiety or depression can get ramped up at any moment, and there's all kinds of things that you kind of need to do throughout the day to keep yourself grounded. So that's kind of what I've been listening to. uh, if y'all got some suggestions that y'all want me to, listen to or whatnot, I'm all ears. Like that, all ears listening. I know, my bad, poor joke. But anyways, so the last thing I want to do is talk about what I've been watching lately, and I'm gonna get on out of here. So I just got done watching Self-Made, the Madam C.J. Walker story, and I enjoyed it. Don't get me wrong, I did. But when I went back to read, yeah, I'm that guy. After everything I watch, I gotta go look at the reviews. I gotta go to Reddit. I gotta do all of it. And I was seeing that, not a lot, but some of the stories were saying that they really just did Addie, and her real name being Annie, wrong. They're like, she wasn't this just cold-hearted mixed chick who just, hated dark-skinned women and wanted to make them feel like the scum of the earth. Like, she gave to a lot of causes. She was very, very generous with her wealth. She opened like one of the first Poro, or the first Poro beauty schools, and like she did a lot. But aside from that, the actual show itself was really, really, really good, really, really enjoyable, and I like that they're giving a voice to people who have done amazing things but have been silenced. It appears, throughout, history. So I really enjoyed that. Uh, Friday, yes, Friday, Ozark season 3 coming out, y'all. So I'm gonna be locked up Netflix binging this weekend, man. Just trying to get through this. So I've been watching those. I catch up on all my shows that come on throughout the week. So I've been watching Prodigal Son. I watch Stumptown, final season of Empire. Yeah, I know they caught me about 4 to 5 seasons back, so I had to watch it. Let me see what else. Resident, Good Doctor, and the other ones I was watching, they're done. So yeah, if I'm not catching something throughout the week, if it's not one of the Netflix shows that I'm already into, I need some new suggestions. I need some stuff to watch, y'all. And if y'all got anything for me, let me know. But like I said, this is just my attempt of trying to let y'all know that even though it's crazy, even though you don't really know what's going on, you can still believe that there will be a time that this is going to get better. It will get better. And until then, I'm going to be here for y'all.